Oh, you could say that hill left its mark on me, mainly on my spine. Did you know that it has been more than 2 years since Rachel Atherton put down her baby, came out of retirement, won Lenzerheide, and then disappeared back off to the Welsh valleys? Genuinely, still can't believe that actually happened. Lenzerheide was the opening round of the 2023 World Cup Series that year, and it was actually the last time we visited the Swiss hillside. I remember it well, with its grassy open turns, its vicious rocks, the wild steeps and the treacherous road crossings. You could say that hill left its mark on me, mainly on my spine. The track in Lenzerheide is in a bike park called Bike Kingdom in the eastern side of Switzerland. As is tradition with bike parks, that means we've got some durable, constructed berms, jumps, drops and bridges that make things reasonably consistent for racing, but lack challenge for the racers. Luckily, the course designers do take the racers off-piste into some lovely off-camber grass, techie rocks, and sometimes we get some fresh sections too. It is steep, it is fast, and the times are usually super tight, which makes for some exciting racing come Saturday. We've seen some spectacles at this venue in the past, and with the dry and consistent weather in the forecast, it looks like we're in for another nail-biter in the Bike Kingdom. As the World Cup didn't visit Lenzerheide last year, the junior women didn't race there due to them only having 2 years of World Cup racing in the junior category. But other races do exist, and it turns out that 2 women fighting for the overall raced an IXS Cup here last year. Rosa Zierl, the new world champion, won here at that race, beating out Aletha Osgaard into second. Rosa is also leading the World Cup Series by 65 points, and with each race offering a maximum of 60 points, that gives her a 1 race buffer for the final 3 rounds. It'll take a big mistake from the consistent Austrian to derail the train she is on, but downhill sure does love to throw some curveballs. Actually, talking about the IXS Cup last year, Rosa did win. But if you look at the splits, Aletha was actually 4 seconds up on Rosa, which shows she can go good on the steep bike park slopes of this mountain. We might just see an end to Rosa's winning streak this week. There's not as much data to go on for the junior men, as none of the current top 5 raced the 2023 IXS Cup. There's been plenty of other racing though to get a gauge on current form, and it would appear that Max Alran has found his way to the top of the series ranking and is the current world champion. He does seem to excel on the tracks that require technical mastery, but Champery, world champs, didn't have a lot to separate riders and he still pulled a huge gap. Still, I get the feeling that this easier track is going to close the gap, and for some reason I'm getting the vibe that Asa is going to go good on this one. There's a few speed carrying sections which he'll excel at, plenty of dry trail for him to rail that Frameworks bike down. I actually base opinions on logic normally, but sometimes that gut feeling just takes over, and I'm excited to see how this one plays out. Actually, Asa is still within 42 points of Max in the overall, and Asa's in 4th. Till Alran is in 3rd, Tyler Waite in 2nd, or even closer, and the junior series is just going to be a phenomenal finish. Oh, I'll throw a potential hot pick out there. Rosa Zierl's teammate Casper Hickman, the Finglishman, he was at the IXS Cup here last year and he got the fastest time out of the day, out of everyone, as a youth rider. Yeah, it probably rained for the elites, but if he suddenly appears on the podium, it was not totally unexpected. In the elite women, I don't think Rachel is going to come out of retirement again, is she? No. No. The entire field breathed a sigh of relief. I don't think this one is as easy to predict, honestly, but there are a few interesting points of note. Second place behind Rachel in 2023 was Camille Balanche, and she actually was on for the win, but she made a big mistake. She won qualifying and semi-finals convincingly as well, which shows she goes good here. She showed good pace in Ligier, finishing just off the podium, was less than a second off winning qualifying at Worlds, and this will be her last ever home World Cup race. And she might just go for it. In the same vein, Camille's compatriot Lisa Baumann has been massively impressive since returning from breaking her collarbone in Ludenville. 5th at World Champs, 2nd in Ligier's semi-finals, and she won the IXS Cup in Lenzerheide by a considerable margin. She has been threatening a podium finish, and I think this will be the race for her first podium of the year. The Swiss woman won't have it easy though, with the on-form Marine Cabarrus, who almost won in Ligier and in Champery. Also, she did win on this track back in 2019, so the precedent for a Marine win is there. But 2019 was a funny year with injuries, but still, Marine's odds are looking good. Maybe not quite as good as the new 4-time on the trot champion of the world, Valentina Hall. That was an impressive return to the top step. She had to fight for it, and it wasn't a domination, but she delivered under pressure, and the good vibes might just flow into this week. I mean, she still hasn't won a World Cup round this year, despite leading the series. Desire and confidence surely have to meld into a result this weekend. I think it'll be up to this year's breakout rider Gracie Hemstreet to decide what happens. She has slowly been working on her weaknesses and turning herself into a competitor on any track. The vibes for this year though have been that if you are small and Canadian, you'll do good on a steep track. Lenzerheide's got a bit of gradient to it, and she'll be keen to follow up her win at the last round in Ligier with another to tighten the gap in Valley's overall lead. Gracie is in second currently, 59 points behind Valley, and with a maximum of 300 points available per round, we should see this fight go the distance. The elite men have some exciting prospects going into this round. The obvious wild card is Jordan Williams, who won in Lenzerheide back in 2023 as a first-year elite at his first ever World Cup. It was honestly a crazy moment, and it feels like it's taken Jordan a while to process that alongside his knee reconstruction and get consistently back to the sharp end. With a 4th place finish at Worlds last week, and on a track we know he goes well on, we'll definitely be seeing some green splits from the young racer. Talking of riders who go well here and also did some impressive things at Worlds, Henry Kiefer absolutely blew the doors off at Champs and showed the world he can qualify well, deal with the pressure, and deliver on the day with a silver medal finish. He raced in Lenzerheide as a junior back in 2023 and was on pace for the win, but a mistake pushed him into second. If he can keep up the momentum, I am excited to see what he can do on race day. And then, when you look at the top of the pile, you've got Loic Bruni and Jackson Goldston. I can't remember the last year where we've had such an exciting and close battle in the elite men's overall. There are only 25 points between Jackson Goldston sitting in first place and Loic Bruni in second. Jackson faltered at the last round in Ligier, crashed and lost a lot of points. Loic kept things consistent, and now we've got a heck of a battle laid out before us. Will Loic keep it together and close the gap? Will Jackson take his new world champion stripes to another historic win? Or will Andy Kolb absolutely send himself down the mountain, surprise everyone, and secure himself a juicy contract for 2026? Your guess is as good as mine. Oh, don't forget to update your Pinkbike fantasy teams going into this round. You've got until qualifying on Friday morning European time to lock it in. I like to mix things up with my team, and I've gone for some cheaper gambles based on some shaky research with some big money ballers and a sprinkle of local knowledge. See if you can beat me. Stay tuned for the preview and all the trackside content from round 8 in Lenzerheide. Are we off? We're still on? Sorry.